clearly, U.S. is no different. I mean, you're still sitting at about 7-8% unemployment. Real unemployment is close to 11-12%. But look, I think what we have to think about is this is a globalized world. We're all connected, and MENA is, in my opinion, is the heart of the world, where it sits politically, socially. The ramifications of a destabilized region, and it doesn't have to be an apocalyptic event. I'm just talking in terms of over the next few decades, decade after decade. If these issues are not resolved, the United States has to realize that its commitment to the region will only grow, even in terms of dollar terms. There will be more civil unrest, there will be more wars going forward if a lot of the economic issues are not resolved. So, when you think about from a strategic standpoint, from the next generation standpoint and generations after that, it's in everybody's interest, not just the US, but everybody around the world, to help stabilize this part of the world. It's not that this part of the world doesn't have the right resources. Like I said, it's both labor rich and resource rich, as in natural resources. But there are structural issues that we need expertise beyond just dollars. The labor force participation rate is about 45% in the MENA region, versus the world at about 65 to 70%. That's a huge gap. So how do you improve labor force participation? Again, you've got to have the right on the ground, actionable programs and processes that we've learned elsewhere in the world. And you've got to bring in more people to come in and handhold a little bit to get these economies on their feet from inside out, not from top down. I think U.S. has been actively involved in aid. Like they say, it's a cliche, but they say, don't give me aid, give me trade. But how do you trade? You trade only if you have something to give, something to create and produce and give. So go from the aid mentality to the trade mentality. And if you want to trade with somebody, you want that somebody to be on their feet. And you need to have the processes to get them up there. So it's a long drawn out solution. I think we can shut our eyes and we can focus internally for the next 2-3 years and focus on U.S. employment issues, which is one element. But the reality is, within our lifetimes, we could see many uprisings and more, I would say, security threats and destabilization events, if you will, if we just sort of go the natural route of just wiring money overseas and not really putting stakeholders on the ground.